Hi, girlies. Before the episode starts, I want to let you know I'm on tour. Come see me live. I'm going to be in possibly your city. I'm going to be in Raleigh, April 4th through the 6th, Atlanta, Georgia, April 10th through the 12th, Austin, Texas at Cap City on April 23rd, Indianapolis on May 2nd to the 4th, Portland, Oregon, May 16th to the 18th, and Nashville, Tennessee, July 25th and 26th. This is the third episode of Feelin Girlie. If you don't hear your email on this one, there's a good chance we wrote it on the Patreon. If you want to come find us at the Feelin Girlie Patreon, link in the bio. Love ya. Bye.
If I was a girl, I'd run the city, kissing boys in the street, hiking up my mini. Back in high school, would have been the girl to beat. Football player's number on my cheek, cheating on him with his best friend Pete. Small town moms calling me fast, but I rode him slow in the backseat. It would have been a blast, feeling girly and Shirley. You know all of this is made up, cause I'm just a gay guy who's a little high, feeling a little girly, feeling a little girly.
Welcome to Feelin Girlie. I'm your host, Dylan Carlino. Hi, girls. Welcome back to Feelin Girlie. We have a very special. I'm sure you're wondering, Dylan, why are you wearing a birthday hat? Well, we have to wear birthday hats because it's Ariel's birthday. Happy birthday, Ariel.
Thank you.
Ariel's not wearing a hat, which me and Josh are, which is it's actually disrespectful, but I do appreciate it. But we planned wearing hats and getting donuts for Ariel. By the way, she did try on the hat. And it showed me the difference of like what hot girls do, because see right here, I can't even have this on. It's triggering me about how I used to be fat. And but Ariel had this on, and she and I wonder if this is a girl thing. She took this and then she put the thing underneath her hair, and I was like, that is such a pretty girl thing to do, to be like, I'm not gonna even possibly have a double chin. Yeah. Even though Ariel is like skinny mini, literally you'd be like taped down, you still wouldn't have a double chin. But we're having a great morning. We got here early today, which I actually kind of like the early morning vibes. I've been waking up at 6:30 every single day because the lesbians I live with are out of town and I have to take care of all of the animals, which has been hell on earth. I don't know how anyone has more than one. I mean, I'm already so stressed out with one animal, and the fact now that I have their dog and their cat to take care of is one of the hardest things. And my dog, I found her on the street, so no judgment. She started her period the day they left. So I got one dog on the rag, and then I got the other two who are sensitive, who need like long walks to even go to the bathroom. Like my dog, like Frankie, I could let her outside. She's gonna put out a heavy piss. Like she's gonna pee all over, pee out immediately. Their dog, you have to walk her for like a full hour, and then she only pees like a little everywhere. And so I'm like, you're killing me. You know what I mean? Like there's no way around long walks with this dog. Whatever. And then also we were just talking about how I think I have OCD, and not like TikTok OCD. Josh has OCD, and if you knew him you would know, because he acts like a psycho. But like I have had such a crazy thing about leaving the house the past week, because I'm like, if I leave the house, the dogs are all going to die because they're in my responsibility. So now I feel like I can't leave that. So I haven't left the house all week. So like I've left the house at like night to do my spots, and then I'll come, and then the whole time I'm at my spots, I'm like, the dogs are dead. And so then I have to go back, and it's a whole issue. But this has actually been a very long week. I've had a lot of revelations. I mean, and not to make it all about me on Ariel's birthday. Ariel, let me just ask you, do you have any birthday plans?
We're going to a nice restaurant, I guess.
Okay.
It's nice.
Because your mom and sister are in town.
Yes.
Are you close with your mom and sister? Mm-hmm. Were you guys close in high school? Or were you guys like, are you older or younger?
I'm younger.
Really? And your sister's older than you?
Yeah.
How much?
3 years.
Whoa. So she was like a senior and you were a freshman?
Yeah. But we went to different high schools.
No, I hate that. Why?
She went to a smart person high school. And I went to like a normal one.
Whoa. Are you prettier than her?
No.
Yeah. She's not going to see. Well, listen, like you can't have everything. She can't be smarter and prettier. I love did you guys like steal? Does she really? I'll edit that out. I'm sure I haven't seen a picture of her, but yeah, wow. What were you like in high school? Were you like a baddie?
No, not at all. I was really shy and quiet and anxious, and I didn't have a great high school experience, honestly.
We bullied.
I wasn't bullied. I just was like so painfully shy and anxious that I like just didn't
Were you scared to speak up in class?
Yeah, for sure. Just speak in general.
Really?
So the way I am here, but like 10 times worse.
Okay. See, I wasn't afraid to talk in class because I was always gossiping. But I, the minute they were like, "Do you have an answer to the?" I was so stupid in high school. I'd be like, "Here we." Like I was like making fun of everybody, and they'd be like, "Dylan, do you have the answer to the question?" And I'd be like, "No." It was like really embarrassing. That's great. I look back. I shouldn't even have graduated high school, to be completely honest. Like I don't think I did any homework for 4 years. Like and then at the end of each quarter, because like remember in high school it was like by the quarter it was like I don't know, that's in my high school it was like first, second, third, and fourth quarter of schools. Yeah. And at the end of every quarter I would just like go to the teachers and be like, please, like what work can I do to get like please, so I can get. I was like on like academic probation like every single year, but like luckily my sister had died when I was in 8th grade. I'm from a small school. They just kept pushing me along. They were like, it's fine, but. So they were like, it's totally good. Don't even worry about it. I was just like smoking weed, hanging out, chilling. I was like really at school mostly for the social of it all. But yeah, I do remember like when I at the end of junior year, I had a really good guidance counselor, Miss White, and we were like best friends. We used to like go into like talk about Grey's Anatomy every day. She would like call me. She was great, and she was like she would show us a preview of what our GPA was up until that point, and like. Do you want to guess what my GPA was at the end of junior year?
I don't know. Mine was really
What
bad.
was yours?
Like 1.7.
Okay.
Was it
I had a
worse than that?
1.2.
Oh my God.
I had a 1.2 at the end of my junior year because I didn't do any work. They were like, I had been getting straight D's my entire high school. I felt so stupid. And then any parent-teacher conference, they were just like, Dylan's going to do something creative. He's not going to be like a scientist. They were like, he's going to do something creative. And then I got really freaked out. And so then my senior year, I didn't need to take a full schedule, but I ended up taking a full schedule. And I ended up getting my GPA up to a 2.0, which actually just shows you that if I had tried, I really could have had a good GPA, but like I didn't try. But yeah, no, this is...
going from a 1.2 to a 2.0, I'm going, I could have fucking...
No, do you know how hard it is? Do you know how hard it is to jump almost an entire point in your GPA? Because I was going off of 3 years of work, and I changed it in just a couple of... That's like all A's I was getting.
you're talking about like cumulative.
Yeah. Like I went from like by the beginning of my senior year, I had a 1.2, and the end of my senior year, I had a 2.2. I jumped a full point. Yeah. That's hard to do.
Yeah, Josh.
Well,
Sorry, we didn't all. Sorry, Josh, we didn't all go to the military and jerk off with a bunch of guys for fucking months. Sorry, guys. Josh doesn't know what hard work is. Okay.
I had a 4.0 in college as well.
Oh really? Yeah. I don't actually. Well, that's not how I measure smart. You know what though? People say that all the time, and they're like, "Oh, you know, I was like, they got like A's in high school." I go, "Sure, you got A's in high school. You can't have a conversation." It's also funny in comedy when people are like, "Yeah, I went to college here," and they have all this debt or whatever, and you're like, "Didn't go to college, started doing stand-up at 21." I go, "Who's the idiot now?" Because here we are at the same shitty show. I don't care. Comedy's so humbling for the people who went to college because it's like, oh, so yeah, you're using that degree on stage when you're talking about jerking off. I go, yeah. I don't think so. But thank you guys all for listening to Feelin Girlie. We appreciate it so much. And I want to give a big shout out to all my tier 1 girls. Did I tell you about the tier system?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been tiering the girls, which is something I used to do in high school as well. My tier 1 girls are all on my Patreon. So if you want to be a tier 1 girl, you have to sign up for the Patreon. And actually, a lot of people have signed up for the Patreon. It's doing pretty well. So thank you to all those girls and for listening. You have no idea how much it matters. But yeah, I actually feel so much better now that you guys are here. I think I've just been lonely. Aww. And well, 2 really big things happened. One is that I watched one of my favorite movies of all time that prompted me to... I'm going to tell you in a second. Which prompted me to delete all of my dating apps on my phone. And I nuked all of my accounts. Have you ever seen the movie Elizabethtown?
No, I haven't.
People say it's a bad movie. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. If you haven't seen Elizabethtown, right now it's on Amazon Prime. Watch it. It's from 2005. It's Orlando Bloom and Kirsten Dunst. And if you don't know anything about me, I would kill for Kirsten Dunst. I think she's one of the most incredible actresses of our generation. And straight men don't get it. I'm looking at Josh right now. And he's kind of like, what? Because it's like she's not like Scarlett Johansson pretty. I think she's so much more beautiful because of the who she is as a person. But actually, the term manic pixie dream girl?
Yes.
That comes from this movie. So that phrase was born from this movie, talking about Kirsten Dunst's character. And basically what the movie's about is Orlando Bloom is like basically working at Nike and has created a shoe. And they spend like $1 billion on this shoe. And it turns out to be the absolute worst shoe in the history of the world. And that he loses the company $1 billion and he gets lost. And so he's going to kill himself. And so how he's going to kill himself is he throws all of his stuff away in his house, and then he puts a knife and tapes it to a workout machine, and he's going to stab himself to death. But then it's very campy. It's very it's like stupid. And then he gets a call from his sister, and his dad had a heart attack back in Kentucky where they're from, and he lives in Oregon. And so the whole story is he has to fly to Kentucky and go see his whole family that from the South that he's like never been a part of. And Kirsten Dunst is the flight attendant on there. It is such a great meet cute movie, and Kirsten Dunst is like so good in it. There's one scene, this always makes me delete my dating apps, where it's like what it feels like to be on the phone with someone that you really like when you first start meeting them. When you're like on the phone with somebody, and if you're like 18 watching this, they're like, I've never picked up a phone in my entire life. You need to start calling people that I'm not going to be friends with you if you're only going to text me. And so learn to use the phone. But like when you're on the phone and then all of a sudden you start like randomly cleaning your entire house and sitting in weird positions that you've never sat in before, it's like a perfect description, and you see it of that. And I was like, I'm deleting all my apps because I was just like, everyone on these apps are losers, and I don't think I'm supposed to be meeting them. And I really had this big epiphany where I was like, I trust like the universe or like whatever God or whatever it is for everything else in my life, for my career, for friendships, for moving places. I trust so much, but then I don't trust it when it comes to romantic relationships. And so I was like, I'm just going to nuke all of it. And I nuked all of them but Grindr because I'm still like a horny little bitch. And then what?
What apps did you get rid of then?
Tinder. I got rid of all of them. But then, well, then listen, and because Grindr's the most insidious because you have people that you talk to on there, but if you delete Grindr, like they're gone forever. Like they're not going to pop back up unless you like really work hard to get it. And because it's like, if you don't know how Grindr works, it's not like a swiping app. It's like a grid. So like if Josh was on, it would be like right next to my picture. It'd be like Josh is 0 feet away. Like it's like really, it's for easy convenience. But then I realized like, wow, I really use Grindr like an addict. Like, and I don't use it in like a healthy way because I like the lesbians have been gone all week, and this whole like month I've been like, oh, I'm going to use this house. I was like, and then it came, and I was just like, I feel like I was talking to all these guys, and I was like, this feels bad. I like use sex as like a numbing replacement or whatever. So I was just like, this is not what I want to be doing. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to delete Grindr as well, which I haven't done in like over a year. So I had like a really good, this is like deleting your TikTok algorithm. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm going to lose all these guys that I've had sex with a bunch. And I was like, what's the worst thing that could happen? I don't have sex for a couple of months. Like, my new thing is if I only want to hook up with people I have a connection with. So I'm only going to, if I want to hook up with somebody, I need to go out into the world and start talking to men. But I haven't left the house all week. So it was like making me depressed though. You know what I mean? It's like all these DL guys being like, my wife's at work. You want to come suck my dick? And you're like, I don't know. I mean, like, it's a good dick, but like, well, what if your wife was my? And then my real problem is that like the empathy has really come back into my brain, where I'm like, well, what if your wife was one of my friends? You know what I mean? Like, now I think with all the girls following me, I always think like, I bet his wife watches my videos. And now it feels like I can't hook up with anybody. But yeah. So I guess that's where I'm at with like dating. I'm really taking a step back to kind of figure out what I really want. But then something really bad happened, which is the other day, I also have like a binge eating disorder, and we're not in like it's like whatever, but the other night I like hadn't eaten all day. And so then it was like midnight because I had all my shows, and I ordered Pizza Hut. I have not had Pizza Hut.
It's the worst pizza.
Worse, I mean, like at this point when it's midnight, it's like it doesn't matter where it's from. You know what I mean? And so I also was like, and I ate it like on live, which is so embarrassing. I was like, I'm just gonna eat it. And they loved it. I had like actually it was the most people I've ever had in live before. And they were like asking me questions. I was like eating. I was like, you know, it's so embarrassing. I was eating on live, and people were commenting, "Dylan, please chew. You're gonna choke." I was like, oh, I guess I don't chew, which is so humiliating. Just seeing like hundreds of comments being like, please chew. I was like, how do I live like that? Have I been, because you know there's a thing that happens when you don't realize that you are doing something abnormal because you're alone too much, and then you get around other people and they're like, whoa, what is this habit? And apparently I was inhaling slices of pizza. Anyways, here's why the last couple of days have been horrific is that and I don't want to blame Pizza Hut, but I have been violently constipated for 2 days. No, in a way that's like, and I don't like talking like this. I'm not like trying to do a constipation pod, but like I almost canceled the podcast. I canceled somebody's birthday dinner at a really nice restaurant yesterday because I was like, I'm too constipated to leave the house. I was literally laying around all day screaming, why God? And I almost canceled it today. And I said, you can't cancel. We need an episode for Thursday. And we don't skip weeks. So yeah, I've been like violently constipated. And you know what's crazy? It's like you just keep eating, and it's like it's still nothing's happening. You know what I mean? I even ordered like yellow curry yesterday because I was like, maybe this will help. Nothing. So, and then people are don't message me like, oh, here are constipation tricks. I don't need your constipation tricks. Okay. Yeah, so I deleted Grindr. I'm severely constipated, but I also kind of think that all happens like when you make big changes in your life. Like this really felt like, because also I was listening to a lot of Elizabeth Gilbert this week. Do you know who that is? Mm-hmm. She wrote Eat, Pray, Love and Big Magic, and she's like a huge like. I'll tell you this: whenever people say like, "What is your version of God?" I go, "Whatever Liz Gilbert is yapping about, that is what I believe is God." And yeah, I also got taken to an AA meeting this week. So I've had a really big week. I think that also made me want to delete Grindr because I was like in a basement of a church. I haven't drank in like 3.5 years, but my friend is newly into AA and they love to kind of rope you into it as well. And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll come. It actually was good. Got recognized a bunch. Multiple girls coming up to me being like, are you a stand-up comedian? I go like, I thought this was supposed to be anonymous. And it really did feel good to be there and hear all these people talk about all their issues. And I was like, maybe I should be like going to AA just to get some free therapy. Also stop commenting like, please get medicated. I'll get medicated when I feel like it. Okay. Just to say that. Should we move to some email? How are you doing, Ariel? Do you want to talk about anything?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Whoa. Did you get the attitude of that one? No, I'm
No,
good.
I'm
I go,
sorry.
oh, whoa. Okay.
Yeah, it's her birthday. She thinks she can say whatever.
I know it's your birthday.
She comes in here.
No, I'm sorry. Everything is great.
It better be.
My family's in town, so that's really nice.
Do you and your mom, do you guys fight a lot when you were growing up?
No. Mm-mm.
Really?
Yeah.
I like got into a huge fight.
Really?
Oh yeah, I used to fight with my mom so much.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
and my siblings.
Huh. Well, yeah. I mean, me and my sister, like, growing up, we didn't get along a lot. But now that we're older, we're, like, friends. But growing up, we weren't so much.
Me and my brother are really good. I'm actually good friends with all my siblings now. But yeah, growing up, it was like a tough pill to swallow. We were also kind of like pitted against each other. Like it was not like our parents weren't kind of like, okay, they were like, you guys are siblings, you need to come around. But it was like every other action they ever did was kind of like separating it. You know what I mean? They were like, you guys are different. You know what I mean? We were like, we are fucking different. You know what I mean? I think about my relationship with my brother all the time. Because like I really never understood why we didn't like get along growing up. Like we did when we were kids, and then like the minute puberty hit, and then I realized because then he was like my brother was like captain of the football team. I'm like in the middle of like scream battles with girls in high school. You know what I mean? Like I was like I was like in art class, like, you know, with the girls with the long nails, the sluts, and like really being like insane. And then I found out years later after high school that my dad was just like constantly pulling my brother aside, being like, your brother is gay, Dylan's gay, and like it is your job to defend him. And so then my brother is like at school, like defending me constantly behind my back. I have no idea. And then I'm like making it so hard with like 12 girls on either side of me, starting drama and like issue, you know what I mean? And then like, and making everybody hate me in high school. And then my brother has to like constantly be like beating people up for me that I don't even know about, you know what I mean? And so it's like, oh, of course this caused like a resentment, you know? But now he's great. We really get along. And then my sister is just whatever. But no, she's great. But I don't really have any big story about that.
Are you older or younger? Or middle?
I'm classically the second born.
Okay. So
Yeah.
Middle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But like my other sister would say that she's the middle but then I was like, you're not really the middle. You're the third born. And it was just us three up until like 6th grade, and then my other sister was born. So it was kind of like family dynamics have like technically my other sister, because I have one dead sister and one alive sister, the alive one's like technically I'm also the middle because Sarah was after me, but it was like, no, the dynamics of what happened, you are the youngest and then she died, so you're like back to being the youngest. And then we have a half sibling who's like, you know, our brother Antonio, but I'm 15 years older than him, so it's kind of like family dynamics don't matter anymore. You know what I mean? Like it's like he's not gonna be like, you know, he's gonna be like in his world the oldest. You know what I mean? Because it's not like, yeah, I've never understood what it would feel like to have siblings that were like, you know, when you saw the kids who were like, they have brothers who are like in their 30s, and you know, I never understood what that would feel like. And now being a brother who's 30 and my brother's 15, I go like, I actually don't either. I go, call me when you're 18, I guess. Like I'm not sure what to do. It's awful. Sometimes he'll post me on his story and be like, Dylan hit 100K. And I go, oh, thanks, Antonio. You know what's crazy? And this is just like so stupid. I have a cousin, my first cousin, who's the same age as my brother. So they're both like 15. And my cousin's really proud of all my success. And so he posts it. And I noticed Antonio started posting it, my brother, after my cousin David started posting it. Like, I think he kind of was like, well, if David's supporting Dylan, I guess I should be too. Like, I can feel my brother's like resentfully posting on his Instagram story. But I go, how lucky that like my brother, I go, if I was in high school, you know, he's lucky to be like, my brother's a famous comedian. Yeah. You know, like that's kind of cool, you know? Okay, we should probably move to emails and doing advice. Because it's Ariel's birthday. What are we at, by the way?
21.
Oh, that's great. Okay, let's start emails. Okay. I went all the way from the back because there's a bunch of emails we haven't read yet. Hi, my very short-term boyfriend broke up with me 2 months ago and I still can't let him go. He was so hot and checked all the physical boxes, but I kind of feel like emotionally he wasn't it, but I still can't let him go. He's been engaged twice already by the age of 27, and a few small other red flags came up that I can't seem to realize. He rushed into a relationship but messed around a lot trying to get out of it, and I'm pretty sure he cheated because I saw a girl's name in his call log on New Year's Eve. A lot more happened that night. He also said he wasn't down to do anything physical until he was in love or something. He wouldn't actually tell me what he was waiting for. But the advice I need is if I should reach out for him again or not.
No.
What is wrong with you? Yeah, like you dated him for okay, listen, I'm sending you a lot. I'm going to be just honest, 100% honest with you girls. You're fucking mental. I mean, this is not normal. Your very short-term boyfriend, from what it sounds like, you guys didn't even fuck. No, and then he messed around on you. Like, okay, yeah, he cheated on you on New Year's Eve. I'm sure he just said he wanted to be in a relationship with you so he could have sex with you. I'm glad he was hot. I'm sure he had like cum gutters and stuff like that. And that's great. But like, yeah, no, you're mental. No, don't reach out to him. That's crazy. That's also like, if it was a boyfriend of like a year, maybe I'd be like, reach out to him. You dated him for 2 months and he probably already cheated on you. If you guys even had sex, he honestly sounds gay to me. So no, let him go. I don't know. Maybe you should remind yourself, how do you get over this guy? I mean, that wasn't your question. Your question was, should you reach out? I'll give you a little extra for free. How about you remind yourself, he doesn't like you. When I find out guys don't like me, you know what I think? Oh, great. I can move on. I don't get people who are like, I like people who don't like me. No, I like people who are like, you know who's great? Dylan. So remind yourself, look in the mirror and go, when you think, should I text him? Go, he fucking wouldn't stop to piss on you if you were on fire by the side of the street. So why would you want to text him? Okay, you can find somebody else who's hotter. It's giving low self-esteem. Okay, was this mean? Okay, whatever, I don't care. Let's just go. New email. Am I a homewrecker? Here we go. Late September 2024, I went to the bar with one of my girlies and met a really hot guy there. 20-year-old male who plays college football. Fun. Immediately going through my head that I'm marrying this man. See, that's your problem, girls. You immediately, I'm going to marry this guy. No, he's 20 years old at a bar. You'll be lucky if he doesn't have a micro dick and fucking beats the shit out of you, okay? He has CTEs. Like, you shouldn't date a football player. He's going to have, like, mental issues and kill you, okay? I'm going to marry this guy. Enjoy the hospital. Immediately going through my head that I've been marrying this man and we are having D1 babies. D1 babies that he chokes out while you're asleep. Anyways, I chatted up with him and he took me back to his friend's house where we did some spicy stuff, but not sex, so oral. I told him we can't without a condom. That's so classy. If I was a girl, I'd be like, you have to have a condom. And then if they really like got me going, I'd be like, whatever. After about an hour, we go back and I meet up with my friend, and right before her and I leave, the guy asked me to stay the night. My friend told me to go, and she had another ride, and my dumb ass decided to stay the night with this guy. Right by the bar is a Taco Bell, so I picked this motherfucker up at a Taco Bell as I have had a quesadilla in my hand, and we drive to his friend's place. Did we end up raw dogging? Sadly, not sadly. It was fucking fantastic. Okay, good. You did have sex. You're just like me, as I said. Like, I'd be like, whatever. The next morning, we wake up, and he tells me that we have to hang out again and whatnot, and then kisses me goodbye. We then hung out the next night and the next week after that. Eventually, this became a thing. No dates. I finally texted him this. Oh, she sent us a full text message. Hey, so I'm wondering where your head is at where we've grown, and I feel like you don't like me the same way as you did. Then I should be told about that. Oh, you've been acting different. Whoa, girl, you're crazy. Okay. Already, I wish you would send this to me before you sent the text message, because I would have been like, let's reword this. Okay. You've been acting way different than what you used to, and you told me you wanted to take me out on a date, and also said that you were counting down the days to see me and such. Then you stopped texting back for 8 hours or more. Oh no. And I just feel like that isn't okay to me. You also watched my stories and posted yours, and you still couldn't send a text. I get busy, but also if you wanted to talk to me, you would have to find 2 seconds out of your day to simply send a sentence or two. If you could let me know what this is and what your intentions are, I would really appreciate it. There's so much more to this email, but I have to stop in saying that that's the worst text message I've ever heard in my entire life. You should not have sent that. Not to be like, no, and I'm sending you so much love when I say that, but like, what you basically did with that text message is say like, hey, any sort of a semblance of power that I did have within myself of who I am as a person, I'll just throw that away. Here you go. Like, that is number one. You should never ask a guy, what are you? You should just ask him for more. And if he says no, then you have your answer of what you are. I heard that from Nick Vial. And, but also when you start, you never want to be in a position where you're like telling a guy like, hey, so you're not texting me back, but you're watching my stories, because it makes you sound crazy. And I don't mean that, and like, I'm not saying you are crazy, but I'm saying like to him, now he gets to be like, yeah, this girl's nuts. Listen to the text. You don't want to give people that. Let's see. His response was that he was sorry and he gave the wrong impression. And that he does really like me as a person. And if the feeling is mutual, he would love to stay friends with benefits. My dumbass agreed. Yeah, you shouldn't have agreed to that. We messed with each other for the rest of September and October. Well, on Halloween, we went out to the bar. I saw him there and he was holding some hoe's hand. As soon as he saw me, he dropped her hand and then found me later that night and proceeded to hang out with me for the rest of the night. I didn't bring it up, but me being a girl, I found out who the girl was, and with some deep digging that followed her on Apple Music, I didn't think anything of it and just shrugged it off. I didn't know you could follow people on Apple Music. That's crazy, honey. I'm scared of you. I I would never care this much. We continued to be friends with benefits and saw each other all November and December. In December, we had a horrible experience with this man. He texted me on December 27th after coming home from an event and asked me if I could come over. I agreed. We ended up doing it in my car. Bro proceeded to say, I'm going to come. Can I do it inside you? I freaked the fuck out and said, yeah. Mind you, my face down, ass up. So that happened. I ended up sobbing on my way home because I didn't want this man's babies, of course. But I also get it in the moment being like, blast it. And also maybe you were thinking that like, oh wow, Josh is such a scumbag. This is what guys do. This is what they laugh when they ask. You want to know why I love you so much, girl? Because you didn't say, oh, I want him to come inside me because I think it's hot. You did it because you thought he liked you more than he did, and you thought if you let him do this, you're giving more of yourself to him. This is sad. And there, Josh is just laughing. No, but I totally understand why you said yes. I if I was in your position, head over heels with the guy, I absolutely would let him do it too. Okay. Then we never spoke all of January. Odd to me, but I don't give a fuck. You do care. Come February 14th, this man texted me asking me to come over. I said no. I was on my period, and he doesn't like that. And he doesn't fuck you on your period. This is crazy. You're like, I'm in love with this guy. He won't fuck me on my period or text me all throughout January, but texts me on Valentine's Day and wants me to fuck. I mean, this is crazy. But we ended up seeing him on the 16th instead, and we fucked. I guess your period is pretty short. When I was leaving, I said, let me know when you're available. I could possibly come over. He said, yeah, sure, unless you get a boyfriend. I had just told him I was going on dates. LOL. He laughed and said, yeah, sure. Then I left. Well, remember that girl from October? Got this gut feeling I should check her Instagram, so that I did some digging. Found out not only this boy is following her on Instagram, but it's also friends and his parents. I concluded that they were dating because my TikTok repost had a thing with my boyfriend. I had to tell the girls right away. They said to figure it out, to message her and let her know. I agreed because I'm a girl's girl. Fuck all men. I love you though, sis. I ended up, thanks, but I wouldn't have texted her. I don't know if that's always like, I think texting his girlfriend never is going to give you the response that you want. Most girls, when you do that, turn into insane pick-me's that are like, you're a whore. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't think... Ariel, do you think it's a good idea to text the other woman?
I guess it like depends what was going on.
Some random girl that you saw on Halloween, it's like, I don't really think.
Yeah.
Let her figure it out for herself. I ended up adding her on Snapchat about a week later, and that you are so young. And that night I saw this man had deleted and unsaved all of our message from the chat, so I sent him a message. Figured out you got caught, huh? I'm getting an Instagram video from Great Comedy Show. What is that? Look, I'm getting like a FaceTime call.
Weird.
Should I?
Yeah, you
Live
should.
answer on the pod.
Yeah.
Hello? Oh.
Front camera's on.
I got my front camera's on. Nobody's answered. Oh, it was Nikolai. Okay, it doesn't matter. Oh, and he said, whoops. Edit that out. I'm humiliated. I'm like, am I supposed to be on a show tonight? Okay. Then once the girl followed me back, I sent her this. Oh my God. So she just sends this to her Snapchat. Hey, I apologize for the follows and notifications I've been giving you. I'm not 100% sure if you're dating this man, but if you are or thinking about it, then you should know that he's cheating on you. And the person would be me, unfortunately. I have zero attachment to this man. Okay. We have been friends with benefits since September. I had no idea who you were or that you were in a relationship with him, and I refused to let this go without telling you because you deserve to know. I'm not sure the time frame of your relationship, but I did some digging. On December 27th, this man came over from an event. Oh my God, which is Valentine's Day. He texted me what I was doing, proceeded to tell me this. Okay, it's basically everything. After this, she was, okay. I will have zero judgment. Here's all the proof I've gathered since he deleted basically everything. I'm not going to read the whole thing because it's like everything we just read. Mm-hmm. After this, she was swiping in and out of the chat, and finally 40 minutes later, she asked me if I had proof of February 16th. I then was able to send her screenshots of the drive log, oh my god, and showed it in my house, and this is only an hour. Then she said, by the way, I'm not the type of girl that gets mad at the other girls, so thank you for telling me. Okay, queen. I literally would have been like, you're a slut. You're a slut and you lied. And my man would never cheat on me on February 16th, you stupid bitch. I said no problem, and then I asked, I know it's none of my business. Oh God, you're like really digging into this. So then she texted the girl this. I know it's none of my business, but do you mind sharing how long you and this man have been seeing each other? I'm not hinting to anything at all, but a time frame would help me figure out what I need to get tested for or anything. And my friends have some proof too okay. You won't have to get tested. We haven't had sex. We started talking late November and started dating in January. Who is this freak who's like not having sex? The young people aren't having sex. They started dating in January, but they dated for a month. You guys must be like young in college. And that was the end of the conversation. And this guy unadded me in the middle of it. And then I proceeded to block him on everything. A day later, the girl unadded me. My hope is that she broke up with him. But again, no judgment if she stayed because he is a fine piece of me. I hope you enjoyed this in my life for a good 6 months. Yeah, I mean, like, you got way too involved in that whole situation. And to be honest, like, no, you're not a homewrecker. I mean, number one, there's no home to wreck. It sounds like this is all happening in dorms. Not to be like crazy. Also, it's like you were fucking him and then he was dating a girl. I mean, like, not to be crazy, but he's dating a girl in January and then they like have not fucked and it's February. It's like, yeah, it sounds like he was like, I'm gonna fuck somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, this is how men operates. You can't be like, oh, I'm gonna hold it. Like, if you think like you're being like, I'm not gonna have sex with him, he's gonna cheat on you. So this is how men are. If you ever think you're gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna punish him by like not having sex with him, well, enjoy. He'll find it somewhere else. Men are disgusting. So no, you're not a homewrecker. A homewrecker is like also like there has to be a home to wreck. Like I think people are like, I'm not a homewrecker. And it's like, okay, well, you guys are all in your 20s and nobody even owns a home together. There's no home to wreck. You're both in shitty apartments. Let's calm down a little bit. You know, you're fine. Thank you for sending the story. I thought that was a little, crazy. Sometimes it's I can like, oh, these girls are young.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do another email. Okay, this one is, I have a good story for you. We listen and we don't judge. Okay, my first time I tried anal. Girl, I love you. Which by the way, girls, don't try anal. You don't have to. Because they're always doing, girls try anal like they try drugs, like pressured by their boyfriends. It's like, you don't have to do this. It's true. I tell girls all the time, I go, if I was a girl, I would not have done anal. I literally will not be doing anal if I was a girl. Me and this guy, Steven, okay, what? I took him home from the bar and he came up to my apartment. We started making out and it kept getting more and more serious and aggressive. And I was so into it so that when he flipped me over implying anal, I was scared because this is my first time I've ever done anal because before I was drunk, like so drunk that I was like, okay with any hole. Okay, you're fun. I'm getting prepared and he comes in ready to go. It hurts so bad. I feel like I was shitting backwards. Me inexperienced the entire thing. Get a cramp in my stomach and I had chili fries at the bar earlier that day. That's sick. I'll tell you right now, it's almost never a good time for you to do anal. It's definitely not a good. And by the way, like this, you met this guy at the bar. He flipped you over and your first thought was like, oh, he wants it up my ass. It's like maybe he just wanted to hit it from the back. You know what I mean? And who is fucking after they have chili fries, you pig. I'm just not the kind of girl who would like eat a bunch of chili fries and then be like, oh, you know what I should do? Get fucked in the ass. Okay. I'm obsessed with you though, by the way. I think, and I can see your picture and you're so pretty, but that is crazy. All right. Well, then he came in my ass. So he removed himself and then I like diarrheaed, like projectile shitted all over this man. I've never been so petrified in my life. His wife beater was now a chili color and my ass was bleeding and I was crying and he just left. There were no words exchanged, but I had to clean up my shitty sheets and take a shower. I sobbed. I so quick. I will never be doing that again. Oh my God. Yeah, like what? You shouldn't. I can't believe that you did. That was a lot and I can't believe you shit all over him. But like, but I'll tell you this, like, here's the thing about doing anal if you're gonna play with fire, you're gonna get burned. Like, so it's like, of course. Did they give you munchkins in that?
Yeah, there's like where like a whole donut would be. It's a bunch of munchkins.
Okay, I don't remember. Okay, well, they're gonna get a conversation
great.
about
No,
that.
it's
I ordered
great.
Ariel donuts for her birthday, and I go, they're doing munchkins. Okay.
I love munchkins.
Yeah. So I think that's really. I mean, I totally get. I just can't imagine like being like, I'm gonna have anal, but like. Also, he fucked you with his wife beater on. It's like, what kind of white trash is this? Not to be like crazy. Like, beater on. Like, it's like, honey, you deserve more. To be like, I covered his wife beater. And by the way, I love guys who wear wife beaters. They're such trash in a hot way. They are. It's so hot.
He wears wife.
Do you wear wife beaters? Oh my God. Well, not when Josh does it, but when other guys do it, I'm like addicted to it. Okay. Let's do another email. I just want to feel like a bad bitch again. Hey, Dylan, huge fan. Hey, Josh, we're doing emails. I love you, and if I knew you in real life, I know I'd be one of the sluts that took little gay Dylan under her wings. I saw in one of your stand-up clips you said that you used to be overweight. Is that true? Right now I'm pushing 350 and I need honest advice how to overcome this. I've always been big, but not like this. I used to be hot and thick. Now I look horrible. I'm a mother of a toddler and just went to be able to keep up with him and feel like my bad bitch self again. Last year I caught the woman in front of me on a plane taking Snapchats of me and saying I was big as fuck. I basically hated myself since then. Any advice on losing weight, being confident in myself, how to be happy? Yours truly. Okay, that is number one. Give yourself some fucking grace. You have a toddler. I don't know what your situation is. It's a lot harder to keep that stuff. It is true. I used to be over 400 pounds. That was a long time ago, but my weight is always fluctuating as I have eating issues. But one, you shouldn't hate yourself because of other people. It's like, whatever. Like that person posting that on Snapchat, I would much rather be the person who's insanely overweight on a plane than be the person taking pictures of somebody. That's like disgusting in my opinion. Like, and I don't know. That person hates themselves, which is why they're treating you like that. They're really going hog wild on the donuts here, so I think my producers are gonna get pretty big as well soon. Guys, this is a production, okay? They're both chewing their food like a little piglet.
It's Josh's
This
fault.
girl needs help, okay? I'm not gonna say her name, obviously, but yeah. So I used to be over 400 pounds, and so but you have a toddler. It's really, you have to change your mindset on how you want to go about this, because it's not going to be like an easy fix. It has to be like something that you do every single day, and it has to be something that you do for you. You can't lose weight for the girl who took pictures of you a year ago on the plane. You have to do it for yourself. I mean, I don't know, when you have kids, it's so much harder, right? I don't know when you have time in the day, but maybe I just did it through diet and exercise, and it sucks because it's like slowly progressing. But I think if you take your time, and take it one day at a time, right? That's the only way to do it. I always say this: if you start it now, maybe you won't in a month look that different. But if you like cut out like sugar or like soda or do small things, by the end of the year you'll be in a completely different place. But it's not going to happen overnight. So you have to have realistic expectations. But also, losing weight doesn't always give you confidence. Sometimes when I got to my thinnest I ever was, I was probably the most insecure I'd ever been, because I made it my whole personality. So just be careful of that. But yeah, you also have a toddler, so you do want to be healthy for them. So if you feel like you're not being healthy, yeah, make sure to do something active every single day, and make sure that you're not overindulging. But yeah, I love you so much. What are we at for time? 41. Okay, we'll do maybe one more and then move over to the Patreon. Two more, and then we're to Patreon. Okay, it's a birthday episode. Okay, 28-year-old virgin. Hi Dylan and the girlies, and the girlinos. Someone said that. I love that so much. I'm 28-year-old virgin who's never been kissed. I'm not ugly or gross. I was just never opportunity presented itself. I'm not on the apps, and I don't want a boyfriend. I would just like a hookup experience. Thinking of paying for a male hooker. Any advice? Love you. Signed, never been kissed.
Don't get a hooker. I feel like, I don't know.
No.
Just go to a bar.
Yeah, wait. You said you're not ugly. I would love to see a picture. I mean, by the way, I would love to see. I would just like what your version of not ugly is, because I'm not ugly or gross, and none of you are. If you're listening to the podcast, you're not ugly or gross. You're beautiful. But I've never had the opportunity to present itself. Are you gay? No, this is a girl's name. I just don't. What do you mean you never had the chance? Men are. Are you in like a rural town? What do you think is going on? Abby, could you just email me a picture of what's going on? A pretty girl has never had the opportunity to have sex. I mean, like, most girls get I wouldn't call it an opportunity. I mean, most girls are like assaulted at a certain point, where it's like, take that out. You know what I mean? So it's like, to never have the opportunity. Most girls are like fighting off men. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm like, because they're dangerous. So I'm like, what do you mean? Yeah. You don't need to. I mean, but also I also get that when you don't do something for a really long time, then like I've never bottomed, and I'm like, yeah, at this point it's like I'm saving it for marriage. You know? So I don't know, but I get like not wanting to do it. You just have to rip the Band-Aid off and just have sex.
Maybe she just never felt a connection with anyone. Cause you know what I mean? Like that's harder to.
Yeah, you're right.
Just like,
but she just wants a hookup. Okay, if you just want a hookup experience, put on a tight little black dress. Go if you're in a city, go down to the nicest hotel and go buy a drink at the bar. You will meet a guy who will take you back up to his room.
That's actually good.
Yeah.
I was gonna go to like a VFW.
But don't settle.
You get dogged out by a guy with one leg.
That's crazy. Oh wait. Well, no one likes your military humor, but okay. So let's move on to a new. Do you have something to say?
No.
Okay, are you sure?
I was just gonna say, don't just because like now you just want to get it over with. Don't like settle for something that's like not gonna be a good time with like someone gross just because you like want to like do it just to do it. Do you know what I mean?
100%. And as you were talking, I just realized also to the girl, the 28-year-old virgin email. I just realized this. You're a lesbian, so you need to. You're gay. That's like you've never had the opportunity. It's because you want to be with women. So I would say that. I wonder if people think you're gay, and then yeah, I think you're gay. Sorry, you're gay. Is that mean? I'm gay. It's not bad. It's not illegal to be gay. Not anymore, but it used to be. And maybe that's what you're carrying, some trauma. You have trauma. Go to therapy. How about that? But also go to a hotel bar, wear a cute dress, let some guy dog you out. It's not a big deal. Honestly, maybe you should tell them that it's they would love to take it. Men are disgusting. They'd be like, oh my God, she's a virgin. I don't know. Let's move on to let's move on to another email. This is called Invite Her to My Wedding. Hi Dylan, this may be a long one and I apologize. When my now fiance and I started seeing each other before we even made it official, he told me about a girl in his friend group who is still in love with him. They had been friends for a few years, but almost 2 years before we met, they started hooking up. It ended with him basically deciding they aren't compatible romantically, so they kind of stopped hooking up and just remained friends. I say kind of because they hooked up for the last time 6-7 months before we met. Now here is where it gets tricky. She is very standoffish with me, not necessarily mean, but not nice either. Basically pretends I'm not there, to the point of blatant ignoring me sometimes. She'll say something to my group, I'll answer, she won't respond. This girl is so me. My fiance says she's just awkward in general and has made it even more uncomfortable in my presence. And I think that's true too. But after the first few times of that, you think it would go away. Now I don't expect us to be best friends or hang out together, but our wedding is at the end of the year and she'd be pretty much the only person from the friend group not invited. I tried inviting her to the engagement party already and she declined. So is this just going to do that again? Probably. But it just feels rude to invite pretty much everyone but her. Will inviting her feel like I'm inviting her to have a bad night? Also leave this part out because it's a huge giveaway. We all live blank. Her favorite movie is blank. Okay, why would you include where you live and her favorite movie? Anyways, I love your thoughts. Everyone gives me a different answer when I try to talk to friends about it. I fear you'll connect the dots. Okay. She attached a picture. And your dog is very cute. And is this your boyfriend holding? He kind of looks like a guy who used to let me suck his dick, but it's only half. It's only half a picture, so I'm not going to say that. So maybe send a picture of your boyfriend, 'cause he might be getting his cock sucked by me. I'm going to give you the advice that I truly believe, which is do not invite this girl to your wedding. She's not being awkward. I understand that she is part of a friend group of his friends. There should be no one at your wedding that is making you feel uncomfortable because of the relationship that you are in, because she cannot emotionally regulate her own feelings, right? You shouldn't be wondering, is this whole day, I don't believe in, like, I don't ever want to get married, but this whole day should be easier for you, and you shouldn't have people there who are going to be not happy for you and making you feel like walking on eggshells because she never got over your fiance. So no, don't invite her to the wedding. And she already declined coming to the engagement party, so she doesn't want to be there either. She might make a big deal about how you guys didn't invite her. If she's not your friend, are you going to pay for this girl to get here so she gets you a shitty gift or no gift at all, and is awkward at your wedding, is giving you side-eyed glances while she like tries to be like, congratulations, and like holding your boyfriend and being like, congratulations. Like, it's just weird. I don't think there's an issue inviting ex-partners to your wedding if you guys are on good terms, but he actively says this girl is still in love with me, and you feel bad about not inviting her to your wedding. You're not friends with her. You stop being a people pleaser and don't invite her to the wedding. And if she wants to talk about why she's not invited to the wedding, you can say exactly this, right?
Yeah, it's her own fault.
Yeah.
Like the other.
Fuck this girl.
Yeah, forget her.
Forget her. And your whole life isn't about making other people happy. You don't want to be like 90 years old being like, yeah, and this girl was at my wedding, but you'll never forget that. And by the way, like, you should start edging her out now. Your boyfriend like used to fuck her. Like, she shouldn't be in your life anyways.
Yeah, just
dump her.
Yeah.
Dump her. She's not invited to the wedding. If she's invited to the wedding, I'm gonna be pissed. But invite me to the wedding. You guys all live in Austin. Okay. All right. What are we at time wise?
49.
Okay, we'll do one more email, then we have to move to the Patreon. Okay. That one's too long. Okay. I'm getting divorced at 30 and the subject of going down. I'm getting divorced at 30 and my ex also didn't go down on me. I met up with a guy from my past a few months ago and he wanted to go down on me and he did for over an hour. I didn't realize what I was missing. Now I'm like, this has to happen, and if not, what's wrong? Also, like a queen, I don't talk to the guy who went down on me for over an hour because he just bitched about women a lot. We were having a conversation. Sorry, this was written while listening to you and you don't need to respond. Oops, it's too late. I love you and I hope you get famous. Okay. Yeah, you girls dating guys. I shouldn't even have read that. But you girls, this is why I should be pre-reading the emails. And I'm not, because I'm keeping it real with you guys. Yeah, the amount of girls who date guys who are like, I don't go down on girls. I'm like, you're dating a loser. It's just absolutely insane to me. If your boyfriend doesn't go down on you, break up with him. Josh, Ariel, break up with him. I can just tell his little red hair. All right, let's move over to the Patreon, guys. Thank you so much. Say happy birthday to Ariel. Thank you guys so much for listening to the podcast. The rest of the emails, we're going to do another whole show over on Patreon. Patreon, Feelin Girlie, $5 a month. Sign up or don't sign up. But if you don't sign up, I don't love you. All right. Bye.